You've probably heard a lot about the different gaps in education, right? The achievement gap, the opportunity gap. We talk about them all the time. But what if I told you there's another one? One that's hiding in plain sight, and it's quietly wrecking a lot of the progress we think we're making. Let's get into it.
Yeah, this. Take a good look. This is what so often passes for a technology class in our schools. You've got the spinning text, the crazy transitions flying all over the place, all those little chirping sound effects. It's just a visual mess. It's all digital glitter and party tricks with almost zero actual substance.
And then there's this. This is what the real world looks like. This is what employers actually want. See how clean that is? Functional data dashboards, efficient tools that actually help you get work done. The difference is just night and day. And that massive contrast, that's the heart of the problem we're talking about today.
So while we spend all this time and energy wringing our hands over all those other educational divides, there's this huge, frankly, kind of embarrassing gap in practical technology skills that's just getting wider. And it's the one that really hits students hard when they try to get a job, but for some reason, nobody talks about it.
So what are we actually talking about here? You can call it the educator tech gap. And at its core, it just means there's a widespread lack of basic digital fluency among the teachers and administrators themselves, the very people who are supposed to be getting our kids ready for the future. And look, this isn't about having the newest, fanciest gadgets. It's about not knowing how to use the fundamental digital tools that make the modern world run.
This analogy from the source material just nails it. It's not just about lacking a skill, like the KFC managers who couldn't calculate a chicken order. The real issue was that they didn't even know it was possible to do it that way. That's the core of it. It's that classic, dangerous problem of not knowing what you don't know.
Okay, to really understand how deep this problem goes, I want to share a real story with you. And just so we're all clear, this didn't happen back in like 1995. This was in 2018.
So in this one school district, the curriculum director gets up and proudly announces their brand new technology initiative. And what was this big tech breakthrough? Teaching high schoolers to handwrite their bibliographies on index cards. Seriously, I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. Index cards in the year 2018.
And to put that into perspective, look at this. This whole initiative wasn't just a little behind the times. It was shockingly out of date. Software to manage citations wasn't some new thing. EndNote came out in 1988, Zotero in 2006. I mean, these tools have been the absolute standard for researchers for decades.
So you can imagine what happened when someone suggested, hey, maybe we should teach the kids how to use these modern tools, the ones they'll actually need for college and work. The reaction was just a complete blank stare. The idea was so alien, it was like suggesting they all learn to communicate with semaphore flags.
And here's the kicker. Her response, delivered with 100% confidence, was, "But this is how research is done." That right there tells you everything you need to know. It's a mindset that's completely frozen in time, totally unplugged from how anything actually works in the real world today.
Now, it would be easy to just laugh this off and say, wow, that one person was really out of touch. But here's the scary part. She wasn't an outlier. This wasn't some isolated incident. Her story is just a symptom of a much, much bigger problem. So let's zoom out from that one crazy story and look at the bigger picture, because you start to see this pattern of failure pop up in school after school, district after district. So what are kids actually learning in tech class? Well, it's usually all the superficial stuff. How to make text spin around, how to add goofy sound effects, how to use flashy, distracting transitions, how to find the perfect piece of clip art from 1998. They basically spend more time picking a cool font than they do learning how to analyze information. And on the other side of that, what do employers actually want? What are they begging for? Well, it's things like knowing your way around Excel formulas, being able to do some basic data analysis, understanding how a database works, knowing how to automatically generate a table of contents, or building a simple data dashboard. Useful stuff. So you see the trade-off here, right? We're actively trading real career-building skills for what are basically digital party tricks. A student learns how to stick some clip art on a slide, but has no idea how to manage a simple spreadsheet. They're an expert at making things fly onto the screen, but they can't generate a table of contents in a Word doc, a skill that would literally save them hours of tedious work. And this quote just sums up the whole leadership crisis perfectly. It really is the blind leading the blind. The problem is the adults in charge are totally convinced they have 20/20 vision. They don't just lack the skills, they don't even know that they're missing them. So you gotta ask yourself, why? Why is this happening? Why does this problem stick around when the skills kids actually need
are so incredibly obvious to everyone else?
Well, a huge part of it comes down to this flawed idea about what tech even is. In a lot of schools, technology is still treated like it's this separate thing. It's what you do in the computer lab for 45 minutes on a Tuesday. It's not seen for what it really is, a fundamental tool, like a pencil or a calculator, that you should be using to solve problems in every single subject.
And what you end up with is this terrible self-perpetuating cycle, right? It starts with teachers and admins who don't have the skills themselves. So naturally, they can't teach skills they don't have. And because they've never really used these tools in a meaningful way, they can't even picture what a different approach would look like. The result? Students graduate without the skills they need, and the whole cycle just starts over again.
Okay, so what's the real cost here? What's the actual damage when we focus on all this superficial stuff instead of what really matters?
It really makes you stop and ask a tough question. We hear all this talk about 21st century skills and digital natives, but are we actually closing the technology gap that counts? Or are we just making it worse? Are we basically cementing this gap for a whole new generation?
The unfortunate answer seems to be, yes, we are cementing it. We're making this gap between decorative digital skills and functional digital literacy permanent, one pointless, glittery slide transition at a time. And that is a gap our students simply cannot afford.